So, Kathryn, I'm sure you've had this question a lot today, but what did you think the first time that you got the script in the mail that said, "I love Dick" on the title?
Well, you know, the 10-year-old in me was very excited, of course. The 10-year-old boy in me. No, but I was, you know, Jill, I'd worked with a couple times before, and she, when we were thinking of maybe possible next steps, this was one of a couple titles that she sent my way to possibly read, and of course I was immediately intrigued, having never heard of it before. And so I read the book first before the pilot script was even written, and I just wanted in so badly. I just could not believe that I had never heard of this book and this writing before. It's so bombastic and fearless and brave and unapologetic and all those things. I just wanted in.
Tell us a little bit about who Chris Kraus is.
The real Chris Kraus or the Chris Kraus in this show?
Both.
Chris Kraus, the real Chris Kraus, is an American artist, author, writer extraordinaire, feminist. She wrote a book called I Love Dick, in which was compiled a bunch of letters that she actually wrote during her obsession with a cultural critic named Dick, an actual man, while she was married to her real-life husband, Silver. And it was through these letters and through this obsession and through this like unabashed, just all-encompassing, passionate obsession that she found her true voice as an artist. And she actually found her best work as an artist was through this muse of writing to Dick.
What was your way into the character? How did you find yourself in that?
I mean, I kept thinking of like what is obsession? For me, it was like I couldn't think the politics. I had to just be on the inside and think of it as an actor. And I just kept thinking of like the female Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters. Like there's just something unnameable urge that that she was kept trying to name over and over again, like him with that mountain. Like something is compelling him towards that shape to build it and make it and see it. And I think that was the same. I felt that same engine, I guess, in Chris.
What's fascinating is that you see this woman who is, throughout the course of the show, taking control of her life and of her art. I think it's really fascinating. I remember there's a part in the pilot where Dick says to her, you know, if you wanted to be a filmmaker, you'd be one already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah, no. In our I Love Dick, when we first meet Chris Kraus, you know, she is just in an embarrassing swirl of, you know, circumstances. It's a mess. She's like, you know, over 40, childless, financially dependent on her husband, has been known as the wife of, even though she wants to be an artist so badly, like she just never has been able to make that thing that's been in her brain. So everything kind of has been half-baked and bad. She's just like a mess, hates herself, is jealous and threatened by other women filmmakers. She's just like a real mess. And drives her husband, Silver, played by the brilliant Griffin Dunn, to Marfa, Texas, where he has a residency. And in the middle of the desert, in walks Dick, this gentleman, Dick Jarrett, played by the one and only Kevin Bacon. And she thinks that he's going to be all the answers. And, you know, of course, he is not. But she just puts all of that energy and hunger and desire onto this person.
Why do you think she's so drawn to him?
Well, because he is like, he's like the most cliched, stereotypical Marlboro Man, swarthy, mysterious cowboy with gorgeous blue eyes that you've ever seen. And B, because he's withholding and he doesn't respect her. Anyway, but I think, of course, because of that, because of course, because he's horrible to her. She just, all she wants is his respect, sexually and creatively. So she's going to do everything she can to get, which is so human.
Shooting in Texas, what did that add to?
Add to it? Space. It was just because, like we were saying, it really is an island in the desert. Like, the closest airport is 3 miles away. It's the most unforgiving landscape. It is, you feel so small. And so everything then in this small town becomes so heightened. So we just knew it was going to be a sexy place for a soapy triangle, because everything's so magnified. People just, everything becomes that much more heightened because there's nowhere to go. And also because this town just happened to be, it got quite a reputation because of the art of one man, Donald Judd, who makes this enormous kind of sculpture, very masculine, huge, hard art that's so breathtaking, and very male. And so you're literally walking around in the shadow of a man. So it was kind of a perfect place for it. Also, it's just visually so gorgeous, you can't stand it.